Alright, final match of the league. Let's see if we can't salvage this run. We can't quite 5-0 like this one dude who's playing this, this one dude or girl who's playing this this deck online a lot has been, but it certainly hasn't felt bad. It's felt like it's had play to it in lots of matchups. Blue-white's felt quite hard. And like I predicted, combo felt kind of hard, but you're so good against all of the creature decks. It's just so, like, unreasonable. So this isn't perfect, because we're going to end up getting a Blood Crypt with this, and then casting Inquisition. And that means Lightning Helix stranded in our hand. Oh, buddy. I want to take the Ether Vial. Oh, our opponent has one land. I'm taking the Ether Vial. Yeah, okay. Like, I think it's aggressive to assume he's never going to draw land, especially because our hand doesn't close quickly, right? Draw another one. I'm going to be upset if you drew another one, my friend. Drew another one. Drew another one! Moto! Not acceptable. Very cheaty. So you can like play a Thalia? I guess this doesn't do anything. So if we play a Pyromancer, it makes it harder for him to play a Thalia. I think playing Pyromancer is kind of weak here because we know he has two paths. But do you have mismatched Thalia? Oh, okay, I guess this is the promo and he's got like two promo ones. Okay. But at the same time we're not drawing any lands, so I'm just gonna get a swamp, I think. If we can draw white, I think we can just keep up with what our opponent's doing. Okay. Again, now I'm happy with just playing the Pyromancer out. Also, we have stuff like Bedlam Mardu, which we're pretty okay with him maybe passing Pyromancer. Did he draw a 1-drop creature? He drew a 1-drop creature as well? Oh, God damn it, I forgot to put stop in my... Okay. Bolt the Noble. This dude's pretty good at drawing cards. I need him to teach me. Probably, I mean, I can set a stop in my end step if he plays before. Murmuring Bosk. I don't know what's happening anymore. Plays a Thalia, which obviously doesn't really interact very well with Path to Exile. Okay, we can take the Scavenging Ooze, I think. So we're gonna Dreadbore Thalia. Thoughtseize away the Scavenging Ooze. Thalia is theoretically scarier than Scavenging Ooze. Wait, that doesn't even make any sense. That's just not true. I was going to do a whole like, oh, to be fair, it's just wrong. It's just not true. Scavenging Ooze is just way stronger than Thalia in this specific scenario, where it gets to be like enormous. Okay, yeah, our opponent puts in Thalia off of Ether Vial, and now has no cards left. And we are just drawing to white. Hey, look at that, we got white. Alright, opponent, you may have drawn well so far, but your streak of drawing well will come to an end, I really, really hope. Man, the foils on Moto are so ugly. have better top decks than they do. They might have Collected Company, although this looks more like green-white taxes. I don't think you play Bar and Collected Company in the same deck, right? I just don't think that's possible. Yeah, because at that point you're like Ether Vial, your lands, your paths, Coco. Okay, so this is like... I don't know what's happening. So why is this foil? Why would you have a foil Murmuring Bosk? This man, like, if his goal is to tilt me, then mission accomplished, rando man. Piercing position's pretty bad, but we can save it to trigger prowess or do something, and I don't think we're gonna... Or, like, discard to... Faithless Looting, which would be a pretty good draw now, whereas before it would have been pretty poor, because it was just, like, mill 4 for 4 mana. Okay, so we flick this up. So this Flicker Wisps? I don't understand what's going on. Our opponent has one basic land in play and is theoretically playing Death and Taxes. Because I saw Thalias and Ether Vials, which is what my brain is trained to think. And basically, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guess I'll cast it because it's the same. Basically perfect. Nothing can go wrong. Ever. Hooray. Bedlam Revelry is great. I want to wait on the Faithless Looting. I want to get the double prowess trigger, and I want to have a bit better of an idea of what I need to deal with. And I want to know if I can need to hold a removal spell or if this Lingering Souls is better. This also like threatens to hold up like a removal spell, so maybe he is more scared. I don't know. Huh. Flicker Wisp on Bedlam Reveler is interesting, and then it can sort of force me to wheel my hand, but at the same time is not particularly scary, because I just get to draw 3 new cards, and that sounds great. Especially right now, obviously, but thinking about it as an interaction in the future. I also don't know if he's playing Flicker Wisp. Can you play Flicker Wisp if this is your land base? I mean, I guess they all use white. You're probably not playing Arbiter. That feels really weird. You're playing Arbiter because you're playing fetch lands. So you're probably not playing Ghost Quarter either. So you're not really in taxes. You're just like green-white something. Green-white cards. That's a good archetype. I'm a fan of green-white cards. Alright, let's cast as Looting. This Colligan's Command seems okay. Kinda want to blow up the Ether Vial and kill the Noble Hierarch. I'm not too scared of the card he has in hand. Even if it's Path. I don't think we're in too big of a trouble. Because I can now discard these two, now I feel like I can Colligan's Command him. To make him discard. And blow this up. And if he activates it, I get to do the real fun thing of discard, blow it up. Basically, it's what I'm waiting for. I'm hoping that... I'm being a little bit greedy and hoping I can get him, because otherwise I don't think this is going to do very much. And I think the punishment is not that high. Because if he has Path, he was just going to cast it anyway, so I can then just, like, Shadow Shock. Oh no. Or even just Shock. I mean, I probably want to Shadow the Ether Vial. Card's slightly irritating. Swiftway has been pretty medium. I wonder if it's like a sideboard strategy against control decks and combo decks that you want more Swift Spears to have more 1-drops that do something. Opponent has Collected Company. Pretty happy I did not go for anything just there. Reflector Mage would be pretty bad, although not the end of the world. And I'm not really sure what else he can get. Oh man. Like... Okay, missing on your Coco is pretty miserable. I don't think I want to use this. I just want to flashback Lingering Souls. Opponent. Fairly good sport. Okay. Let's figure out what the hell we're doing against this. So I quite like push. I kind of like Blood Moon. I don't really like bringing in any more artifact hate. I think Colligan's command is good enough. Again, I don't like Swift Spear. This is the thing. I feel like Swift Spear is incredibly mediocre in all the fair matchups. Yeah, I feel like it's very mediocre in all these fair creature matchups, where it's just never going to be bigger than anything they play, and while it is a reasonable clock, it's just, you don't need the clocks there, you just need to stabilize and then, like, find a Reveler or a Lingering Souls or a Pyromancer and then kill them. Whereas, against combo and control, I just want, like, a cheap threat to play on turn 1 or turn 2 alongside a discard spell, and I really, really want to be doing those things as quickly as possible. So looting looks a bit worse against the Thalia deck, but I also feel like it's just a key part of the deck. Maybe K Command is worse. I don't know. I don't know what's bad. Maybe I don't want Blood Moons. Maybe we're good against that 4-color deck, but he has Ether Vial. Yeah, whatever. Let's just switch Fatal Pushes for Swift Spears and call it a day. I think our deck is pretty reasonable against what they're doing. So far I've, what, beaten the fair creature decks and lost to combo and control. So I feel like maybe this isn't quite solving the problem that Mardu normally has. You know what would solve this problem? Stoneforge Mystic. That card would be incredibly good for Mardu. You suddenly have this 2-drop you can play that proactively puts a clock on your combo opponent and also is good in like the control matchup because it's like, you know, it's probably card advantage because they are really priced into killing your Stoneforge Mystic, and if they kill it with like a path, you're like, okay, real close to casting my my sword or my Battle Skull now. Not being able to get Jite is pretty bad though. Jite is so good, but I think we'll live with it. Man, Forkbolt has been predictably average. I'm not sure how important it is to the list. I don't know. I could see versions of this where you didn't want Forkbolt. Maybe you wanted, I don't know, more Lightning Helixes feels awkward too because you're such a black-red deck. This deck to me feels very similar to like the black-red moon, like Pack Rat decks. What are they called? Moon Rat. That sounds incredibly good but also terrible as a name, so I don't know if people want to call them Moon Rat, but yeah, like the Pack Rat Moon decks. It seems similar to those, I think, in terms of its strategy, but it's a bit more grindy. Those also play stuff like Liliana. This deck could play Liliana, but I think the mana base, it's kind of hard on it. You probably have to be black-red to do that, because at the moment you'd struggle to get double black, I think. You actually only have 2 black sources in the whole deck. So, yeah. Double black seems hard. 2 black sources, 2 white sources. And a bunch of red sources. The deck is like basically a red mid-range deck, splashing white and black for a bit more staying power. It's a really interesting list. I've kind of enjoyed playing it. It's kind of cool. This seems good enough to keep against and taxes. I don't even know if it's taxes, man. I don't know what to call this list. He is going to play Ether Vial. And I am going to be sad. It's like a million colors. Okay, if there's a Noble Hierarch. I'm very, very tempted to Thoughtseize. Because basically, I really, really want him. I'm gonna fetch a Blood Crypt, I think. I really, really want to be able to 2-for-1 him with this Forked Bolt. I think it's going to be like a really big part of winning the game. So I want to Thoughtseize him. What is happening? I don't understand. Oh my god! This is the greatest list I've ever seen. What are you doing with Glittering Wish? I want to take Glittering Wish because, good god. Like, this is really scary. What could he get? I'll take Glittering Wish, buddy. You got me. I think I would have taken Aven Mind Sensor otherwise, but I actually think Aven Mind Sensor is pretty unnecessary to take here. It's his best use of his mana, but he could also just you just swing with Noble Hierarch and play like a Thalia. Wish it was instant. It'd be so good if it was instant. So basically, I think our plan is to try and make this not matter, actually. Hope that he plays like Mind Sensor and Thalia next turn. And then we get to Forked Bolt and kill the Mind Sensor and the Thalia. Take 2 now, but I'm not too worried about our life total. This doesn't seem particularly aggressive. Like, it's as aggressive as any of the Antax's variants. So yeah, he plays Pride Mage. Plays Thalia. Come on, buddy. Okay. And now I think we're in a pretty reasonable space, where this is not a particularly impressive card anymore. Double Exalted's kind of scary. So that's something. But he doesn't have a flying attacker anymore. So Fatal Push is really good. This preserves our life total the most, I think, so... Okay. Now I think it's quite hard to lose. Because now we can Faithless Looting to find some stuff to do. Probably put ourselves in a position where Bedlam Reveler is going to cost very little mana. Title of Skull is kind of an irritation. You can take off Faithless Looting. Take some Bedlam Reveler. Okay. That seems wrong to me. We're quite far away from casting it. And then we drew another one, so it didn't matter anyway. But also, you know, like, the Pyromancer's the threat, right? Like, how do you beat that? Just got these two, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't really want to flashback the looting. It just mills 2. And I can still cast this anyway. So I'm just happy sitting back. Shouldn't have played this untapped then, if that's the case. I guess I'm threatening like a Colligan's Command. Okay, now we get to find out what he's going to Glittering Wish for. What is going on? This list is so freaking wacky. I'm so on board with playing against it. Orzhov Pontiff. Okay, so he just got like stuff. Yeah, okay. Pontiff seems pretty good against the Young Pyromancer deck. But he couldn't play it. Okay. Oh man. I mean, that's basically not fair, right? Yeah, it's basically not fair. Like, the second Bedlam Mardu doesn't really matter. We get to make him not have his Orzhov Pontiff anymore. So our board state is still just as scary. Man, that top deck was insane. I feel bad now. I feel like actually mean. That's a lie. I love winning. Oh. Opponent concedes. And that's that. Went 3-2. List was interesting. Didn't see that many. Man, I'm so dumb. Why didn't I bring in Leyline in the Void against KCI? Oh, they're an artifact combo deck. No, they're also a graveyard combo deck. Whatever. Okay, we're gonna move on from that. We're gonna. Jeez, I need to get better at playing against that deck. I've not played against it ever, so I did not know what was going on. But man, I messed that up. Okay, we went 3-2. The list felt pretty strong, actually. Like, it had a lot of individually strong cards in it. Bedlam Mardu really overperformed. I felt like that card was just this insane clock, and it gassed us up. It was sometimes a bit awkward to cast. The double red was a bit of an issue, and sometimes we just hadn't cast enough spells. But overall, I can see why this list is doing well. You're playing Lingering Souls, and you're playing enough removal to be very good against Affinity. I feel like you might struggle with Storm, but I guess that's why you've got like 4 ley lines in the board. Like I said, I'd be interested in some kind of build that played Swiftspear, either just all of them in the board or maybe a couple more in the board, and was able to go a bit more threat heavy post board. But that's just kind of me. I quite like having sideboards that transform into like a more aggressive variant. Most of the time you want to sideboard into more slow controlling decks, or just to more like grindy decks, because post-board games are slower because everyone's game plan is more focused on what their opponent is doing. But I feel like for these sorts of things against, say, combo, you just want to be more aggressive, and it's really hard to be focused on what they're doing if you don't have blue in your deck. So if you're going to play something like this, which is better against the small creature decks, you want to be able to abuse the combo decks by being faster post-board. I'm not sure Swiftspear is the best card for that. Maybe I want something slightly higher impact, but certainly this list was interesting, and I hope you enjoyed the league we just went through. Like I say at the beginning, if you liked these videos, please check out the rest of our stuff and like and subscribe to the channel. And hopefully we will see you next time.